Good evening, beloveds. A suggestion has been made to me, and I would like to extend it to you. He or she who has ears to hear. One with willingness of heart. Take your book. Find a book with good words and make it your own. This is my copy. I have key. Where did I put my keys? Right there. And then exit your home. And then walk into a forest at your leisure. Any such space should be substantial. Matthew 6, in the book of Matthew, chapter 6. And then in the book of John, chapter 8. Great place to start. I will not read them for you currently. And although you may not understand them, I may not understand them as well. But through reading them, the words are power. The contracts we sign, the documents that license our allowed privileges, the rights that we do have that we don't know about, and the alignment of them and lack of enforcement. We chase this thing called money, and upon it is a signature of words, which we do not know the definition of, an endorsement, which we do not even know the definition of money. These Brinks trucks have men with lethal weapons in them, and they're carrying pieces of paper, trees. Words are powerful. I'm watching my countrymen, my province men being murdered by civil servants. And then the ministry of leaders saying that we only, we don't even go and look into those institutions. We just, what did she say? We just oversee them, but we don't go to them when someone gets killed after 8 years. There's more here. There's more here. And we're neglecting it. Very easy. This is a King James Bible. 1960 maybe, this one. But it was originally from 1611. So we're going to just read those two verses, those two chapters. Start with Matthew 6. I'll show you how to get there. In the very front, there will be a breakdown. And so they're both in the New Testament because that is the current testament we are in. And Matthew's first, and then John is fourth. So it tells you the page number to get to Matthew, page 3 after page 625 is the last book of the Old Testament. So if you want to go to 625, but Malachi. So go to 625. That's cool. I'm on 532. My first time through the Old Testament, so I'm getting there. So so Matthew. So you'll eventually get to the New Testament. So page 627 is the last of the Old Testament in my copy, and then you get to the New Testament, and the first book is Matthew, and we're going to Matthew 6. I'm really tempted to read it, but I'm not going to, page 6, page Matthew 6, page 6, or that's Matthew 6, and the red letters is Jesus is speaking. All of chapter 6 is Jesus is speaking. It's Jesus' text, and so it's this whole page and then down to here. Matthew 6. Please take a moment now to go find your copy. Any copy that you have would be fine, although I favor this one. Yes, go grab it now. Open it to page 6 of the New Testament, which is kind of in the back. Matthew, page 6, chapter 6. It's 34 verses, so 34 sentences. Please read that now. I'll wait. Nice spot. Once you've finished reading those 34 sentences, stop and sit. Meditate. Before doing something else, before checking your phone, before eating a meal, just sit quietly with your eyes closed and allow those words to be the most recent into your mind, into your mind's eye. Just no expectation, but you have now read Matthew 6. Just sit with that. Sit with Matthew 6. And then we'll go to John chapter 8. So the fourth book of the New Testament. So John, the book of John, for me, starts on page 70, halfway down. But we're going to chapter 8. Here it is, page 77. It's 59 verses long, so 59 sentences approximately. And it as you can see, it has dialogue. The red being Jesus, the words Jesus spoke, and the black being the Pharisees, the people that are in charge, so to speak, of the world, not the earth, not heaven, but the world. John chapter 8. So take your time, read those 50 sentences. And then allow them to be the most current information into your mind. Let's cure our thoughts. Let's feel better. Let's have some righteous understanding, correct thinking, whatever it may be. Being at peace, being at ease. As you complete those readings, sit with them. Do nothing else after. Sit with your eyes closed, gently, relax. No expectation. Perhaps just a word, perhaps a word Jesus said. Perhaps whatever it may be that you can remember. Try to. What do you remember of these sentences you just read? Perhaps not much. That's fine. As you try a new beverage or a new food, let's say you took a bite of it, you chew it, and then you just sit. You don't need to continue eating it, and you may not remember this in every detail, but you did just eat a piece of it. Just sit. Digest. John 8. It is time to grow. It is time to expand. Free your mind. Learn some truths. This isn't just a story about a man. This is about you and me and our families. And anything that you find wrong can be corrected. Don't take someone's word for what this is. That's what Jesus is saying. And that's why we follow Jesus. Because we're reading this for ourselves. Not letting someone else tell us what it is. That's what following Jesus is. That's why we follow Jesus. God bless you all. Please feel welcomed to partake in some real knowledge. Like, this is the truth. This is something is attempting to deliver complete truths, ideas that will unlock our minds, concepts. We run around with concepts about money and relationships and how much we have to labor and relaxation is bad because we are wasting time, and the concept of time. Perhaps the concepts in our minds are not exactly what they ought to be. What is health? Please feel free to get yourself a copy. Rewatch this video if you need to, and pause it if you'd like to. Perhaps we'll do some more quiet, at-length videos so that we can sit together. So read. I have other suggestions too. If you're going to start reading the Bible, I would make suggestions. Start at Proverbs. Psalms and then Proverbs. They're back to back. That is my recommendation. It's in the Old Testament. Read, and they're beautiful. Psalms is like the poems, and then Proverbs is like the hard truths, and they're back to back. It's just if you have a little bit of literary likeness, if you enjoy a good couple words, man, that's a great spot to start. Because for me, it's taken me a long time to get here, years, and I'm almost my first time through. But I was gonna be lost anyways. That's my suggestion. Where to start? Where do you start? You can ask people, and they might tell you different things. The New Testament, Revelation is obviously the most important. But for right now, for this video, for where I'm at today with what I'm doing, Matthew 6 and John 8. Grab your copy, open it up, read Matthew 6, digest it, and then read John 8. Those two together are a bit of a key. God bless you. I'm thrilled to be able to share such details. Like the prophets in the Bible, I don't even know what they mean, but they are a key together. May peace be with you and your families. We've already been saved. We're going to make it. We just need to be a little bit more well-read. Thank you for trying.